Hello, hello, hello. I know a lot of you are going to have trouble getting on here right now, but this will go into a video, and you'll be able to watch it a little bit later on. Let me pull this up. Now, what I got here is Open Carry, Texas is planning a rally on March the 7th at 1 p.m. in Olmos Park, and they are reacting to what has occurred there with Jack Miller and also previous problems with that city. Now, what I'm going to tell you is if you turn out for this rally, you should very definitely come armed. You should very definitely come armed with a long weapon, and you should have at least 200 rounds of ammunition with you. If you have Kevlar, bring that and wear it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. It's time to step up. And if one of these tyrants starts something, we the people should be ready to finish it. If you see an armed person intending to do harm, you should be prepared to intercede. Doesn't matter whether that armed person is wearing a costume or not. That's how I feel about it. Now I know my views are becoming more radicalized, and you can thank the corrupt cops for that. But Open Carry, Texas, my views, by the way, do not necessarily mirror theirs. I'm not speaking for them. I'm just giving you a public service announcement here, and tell you what my response would be. I anticipate that there's going to be a revolution very shortly, because many people, myself probably leading the crowd, have had enough. We've had enough of the tyranny, the oppression, the abuse of authority, and the lack of accountability. It is just, I've always preached for nonviolence. I've always preached that there are other ways, but when the agencies involved won't give you justice, when the courts won't give you justice, what's left? Because that is all the epitome of tyranny. That is all the epitome of oppression. That is all the epitome of why the founding fathers gave us the Constitution and the Second Amendment. Now I'm going to let David Ahmed talk here and give you the details and whatnot, but understand that me personally, I've passed my breaking point, and I believe that it's time that we take back our country. Without further ado, here is Open Carry, Texas's formal announcement and David Ahmed's commentary.
Y'all remember this?
Get on the ground. I'm going to tell you again. If you have a license to carry, if you have a license to carry a handgun,
he doesn't need a license to carry a law.
Get back. Get away from him.
You're interfering with the duties right now.
You have no duty to this. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Hey! Get on the ground.
I'm not doing anything.
Get your hands up!
I am not doing.
Hey!
Get back! God damn it!
Well, the little un-American bastard is at it again. This was a couple of weeks ago.
I'm coming over here. Step across the street. Step across the street. Step across the street.
Get away from me. Get away from me!
I believe you painting.
Back up here.
Back up.
Hey, we checked the parking lot and it's clear. Ah! Motherfucker! I'm not resisting. You don't have to twist my arm like that. You don't have to twist my arm like that. And that's a fence. It's a toy. Look at it. It's a toy. Hey, by the way, I'm not going to go around that shoulder. It's injured. Ah! Use two cuffs! Use two cuffs!
I'm David Ahmed, Vice President of Open Carry, Texas, and the little un-American bastard in those videos is a man by the name of Rene Valenciano. He's the police chief of the little city of Olmos Park, Texas. It's kind of a little suburb there in San Antonio. And The man has a problem. He thinks that the law doesn't apply to him. He thinks that constitutional rights don't apply inside his city limits. He literally thinks that that town is his little pond and he's the big fish that runs it. Well, a couple of years ago, right after he stomped all over the constitutional rights of C.J. Grisham and Jim Everhard, we went there. We had an event. We had 650 people open carry walk all over his little town. Then he went inside the police department, locked the door, and hid. And I know, because I went up and beat on the door, and the little un-American bastard wouldn't come out. So, he's at it again, and he needs a refresher course. He needs a reminder. And before I get into the details of the event, I want to make something very clear. I don't want to get any messages asking, why is Open Carry Texas anti-police? We're not, and we never have been. We're anti-bad police, we're anti-corrupt police, we're anti-abusive police, but isn't everybody? Aren't you against that? If you're a decent American, then yes, you are. But the men and women of law enforcement who do it right, who honor their oath, who stay within the limits of the law themselves, who respect the rights of the citizens, and who do their job inside of the limits set up for them by the Constitution, to say we respect them, yes, but that doesn't say it all. To say we support them, yes, but that doesn't say it all. Most members of Open Carry Texas will get out in the street with their guns and put their life on the line to back up the real officers of the law. But people like Rene Valenciano, not only are they a discredit to the uniform and an absolute disgrace, but folks, remember, the most dangerous enemy we'll ever face, ever, is our own government. And the police are part of the government. And when they go bad, you've got a real problem on your hands. And that's why we need to go back there and show this little rat that he's not going to stomp on people's rights and just get away with it. So, Saturday, March the 7th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to go back there and we're going to walk all over his town once again. And we're going to show him once again that the people have rights. And he's not going to stomp on them and just get away with it. We'll have details. There'll be an event page put up, the whole 9 yards. But for those that were there before, we're going to park in exactly the same spot. 1 o'clock, March the 7th, Saturday. I'm going to be there, rain or shine. I don't care what happens. I'm going. This man needs to be put in his place, is the only way to say it. The two little clips that you saw earlier, those aren't the only ones. For those of you that don't know, this man has got a long and distinguished history of just not giving a continental damn about people's rights. Absolutely not caring what your rights are, what the limits on his authority are, whether or not you've actually broken a law or not. He's got multiple lawsuits pending. And with any luck, he's going to have criminal charges pressed on him himself. But those are all details for another time. The bottom line is, we got a bad guy with a badge, and we need to go over there and show him that he doesn't run things. The Constitution runs things. In his town, in somebody else's town, in every town. We have rights, and he's not going to stomp them. So, look for the event page. It will be Saturday, March the 7th. We'll get kicked off at 1 o'clock. We'll put up a map and so on and so forth. And I hope to see you there, because we need as many people as possible to get out and let this guy know that he's not going to just get away with it for free.
And that is that. So, there you have it. That is, again, my views do not mirror those of Open Carry Texas. I can't stress that to you enough. They do what they do, and I support them, and but I believe that I think that they're missing some things that I was missing at one time as well, and that is that, good cops wouldn't stand by and let Valenciano do what he does. Good cops would do something about it, and they're not. They're standing by. Whether they're scared or whatever, they are standing by and allowing this to happen. And if they're going to do that, they're not good cops. They're just as bad as Valenciano. Any cop that knows what he's doing and stands by and allows it is just as bad as he is. So that's my position, and I'm sticking to it. You guys, I hope to see you at the event. And again, I stress that you come armed and bring enough ammunition that if there were actually a revolution to start right then and there, that you could participate, because that's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take. Y'all be safe, and I hope to see you in March.